What's up everyone, welcome to Mo's Kitchen. Today we're making southern buttermilk biscuits. Don't be scared of working with dough when making bread. It's easier than you think, and I'm going to teach you ways you can adjust the recipe to make it even better. Anyways, let's get started. So I've got some all-purpose flour here. We're going to add some salt, some pepper, some cayenne, baking powder, and baking soda. Then I'm just going to whisk it all together. You could sift if you want, but whisking would be a little bit easier. And that's really it for my dry ingredients. You can use other flours like self-rising or a lower protein flour, but I'm going to post information on the blog. It's very important. Read that first. Now I've got some butter and some shortening here. I'm going to kind of mix it in just so it can kind of combine and infuse with the flour. Do not melt it. It's tempting, but don't do it. It won't work at all. It'll just make a big mess. You can definitely do this step in a food processor if you want as well. You can do the whole thing if you want, but I don't like to clean it up. Plus, this feels really, really good. I know it sounds weird, but doing this by hand just feels awesome. You biscuit makers out there, you know exactly what I mean. See how it's kind of combined like this? That's what you want it to look like, but you want it a bit finer. So just keep kneading as you need to. Okay, next up, make a kind of a well in the center. I don't know why I'm using a spoon. Just use your fingers. It'd be so much easier. See, I'm wasting a lot of time and just looking kind of foolish on camera. Anyways, pour very cold buttermilk. You can use low fat if you want to, but come on, these are biscuits. They're not supposed to be healthy. Then you're going to start by stirring it with your spoon, if you want to. And then you're going to get in there with your hands. Trust me, it may look weird, but this is the best tool for the job. So just kind of finish up with your hands, bring it together. It won't be perfect, but don't worry. Just don't go crazy kneading it or, forming it, but it should look good. Now for the fun part. Just lightly flour everything. Again, I'm not an expert at that. That's probably a little too much. Just dust it around. Then you're going to turn out what's in your work bowl there. And I know what you're going to say. This doesn't look like it's right. It's fine. You're going to bring it together. A little bit of extra flour on top. That's what it's for. Don't go nuts here though, just use what you need. There. Now just roll it with your hands till you shape it. And just kind of, knead it just a tiny bit, like a few times. Don't go crazy, you're going to develop the gluten and it'll be tough. Also, maybe wear a long sleeve for next time I do this. Now this is kind of an option. You can either flatten it out by hand like I'm doing. Just add a little bit of flour. This just was a bad day for me. You probably won't be adding this much, so don't really do as I do. Just do as I say or whatever. Anyways, just flatten it out with your hands. You can use a roller, but I don't really want to get one of those dirty, then add the flour to that. And overall, I'm just not fond of it. You can do it with your hands very easily. Kind of shape it. You want it to be the same thickness all around. Half inch, quarter inch, 1 inch. Depends on your size. I'm going with about half an inch thick right here. So here's a dough cutter, pastry cutter, culinary ring, whatever you want to call them. Two sides. One is completely smooth. One has the teeth. I'm going to use this when I make my biscuits the size I want. They're 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, all the way to 5 inch. So first I'm just going to grease down my pan. That's important. Try using something aluminum and don't get something that gigantic. You want it to be a proper size so there's not a whole lot of space. So just twist, there you go, then pull up, and that's basically it. See that? Let's try it again. And just put the biscuits right beside. You want them touching each other. That one didn't want to come out, I'll deal with it later. And whatever you have left, re-roll it, and then you'll get another biscuit. Hey, it's Tweety Bird. Anyways, the second round might be a little bit more tough just because you're re-rolling the dough. So just go gentle. Now you're going to take your thumb and just do a little indent in each biscuit. This will help it cook and it'll be a lot more even. And by the way, I don't know what it is about the way the biscuits all line up perfectly in these rows. I just love it so much. So you're going to bake this in a 425-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Check on them at about 16 minutes to see if they're done. They're going to be taller, wider, and a little golden brown at the top. There we have it, buttermilk biscuits. Hope you all enjoyed the recipe. Visit the website and look at my content about flour. It's really important. It'll help you change up the recipe to suit your needs using different flours, different buttermilks, and different fats. Anyways, enjoy the recipe. Go to mos-kitchen.blogspot.ca and enjoy.